Chapter 4 Bharthruhari. Bharthruhari was an invincible grammarian and a genius, ranking among the greatest scholars India has ever seen. He was not a yogi, but a master of the highest spiritual attainments. There are two versions about his Purvashramam, the first half of one's life before taking to sannyasam. One says that he was a brahmachari throughout his life. Another version says he had a wife but became detached man in the prime of his youth and took to sannyas. The circumstances that led him into spirituality are believed to be as follows. It was a serene morning when a yogi came to Bharthruhari's house. He was impressed by the unalloyed warmth and hospitality extended by the host. So the yogi gave a fruit to Bharthruhari. This is not an ordinary mango. It has divine powers. If you eat it, you will not be affected by old age. You will be blessed with eternal youth and you will live a long life too, he disclosed before he left. Bharthruhari was very fond of his wife, so he gave the fruit to her. He also revealed its miraculous power to her. But the lady was not a pativrata. She was not loyal to her husband and had an eye for her husband's horsekeeper. She gave the mango to her paramour and revealed its secret. He, on the other hand, was very fond of his wife, who was a maid at Bharthruhari's house. He called her aside and gave it to her. In the evening, she was preparing to return home after completing her chores at Bharthruhari's house. She took the mango and set off. Meanwhile, Bharthruhari was returning home after attending a grammar session in a school a little far away from his house. He saw the maid carrying the fruit, which he had very lovingly given to his wife. He became suspicious. "Where did you get this fruit?" he queried. "This is a gift from my husband," she said gaily. He immediately summoned the horsekeeper and quizzed him. At first, the horsekeeper did not yield, but when his master repeatedly questioned him, he had to tell the truth. Bharthruhari was deeply hurt and grief-stricken. "I have showered my wife with love and affection, but she is after the horsekeeper. Women are not trustworthy. However, I will not ask her anything about the fruit," he decided. He then floundered into his bedroom and lay on the cot, lost in melancholy. Soon news reached his wife through a servant sent by the housekeeper. She was upset. She was sure her husband would kill her paramour and involve her in a scandal. Her fear made her decide to kill her husband. She rushed to the kitchen and quickly prepared a pancake and mixed poison in it. She then took it to her husband. "It will take some time for me to cook supper. Here, have this pancake now. By the time you enjoy a short nap, supper will be ready." She offered the poisoned pancake to Bharthruhari with a coy smile. He took it from her, well aware of her malicious intent. At that instant, he decided to leave her and enter sannyasa. "This pancake shall set this house ablaze," he uttered and sprang to his feet. He came out of the house, squeezed the pancake into the gable of the roof and left, taking only an earthen pan with him. After he left, a sudden fire broke out and his house was burned to ashes. He began to lead a life of a sannyasi, wandering from place to place, completely detached from the material world. After a few years, he settled down permanently in the premises of a temple. It is believed that he settled down at the famous shrine of Lord Shiva at Chidambaram in Tamil Nadu. There was already a sannyasi named Pattanathu Pillai who had settled down in the eastern Gopuram. So Bharthruhari chose to settle down in the western Gopuram with his earthen pan. People began to give him bhikshas and he lived on that. There were days when he had to starve, but out of practice he was able to starve for days together and still be healthy and energetic. One day a beggar approached Pattanathu Pillai to seek alms. "I am a beggar like you. I don't have anything to give you, but there is a rich guy sitting in the western Gopuram. If you go to him, probably he will give you something." Pattanathu Pillai said this to get rid of the beggar. Without wasting time, the beggar went to the western Gopuram and met Bharthruhari. "I too am a beggar. How can I help you?" Bharthruhari said helplessly. "But the sage at the eastern Gopuram told me that you are rich," disclosed the beggar innocently. Bharthruhari was astonished at this. But in a moment, the actual import of Pattanathu Pillai's remark dawned on him. He realized that Pattanathu Pillai was actually targeting at his earthen pan, which symbolized the act of taking or moha, desire, one of the 6 aspects of the materialism. He was convinced that a true sannyasi would never expect alms of any kind from anybody. He realized his folly and immediately threw away the earthen pan, which was shattered into pieces. From then, he completely devoted himself to literary pursuits. All his acclaimed works were penned during his stay at the temple.